this. Slow to the button pushing. What's up, everybody? I'm still hungover from Halloween candy. That's why I was slow on the uptake for pressing the old button. It is Wednesday, the DNA show, November 1st, 3 p.m. We've got people joining already. Abs, Nemi, what's good? Everything is good. You're good for joining us. That's what Randy Howell, hello. Popping links like a madman. That's why we love you, Randy. Blackjack is in the house. Rob Hunter's correct. He just did get off the phone with me. And I said, Rob, I don't have time for you. I got guests here and stuff. You know, if it was just Dennis, I wouldn't care. But, you know, we had important people to talk to. So, yeah, Blackjack in the house. I think I said that. Dan Geneviese's here. Let's see. What is up? Unfortunately, Zach is not here. I did go through about half hour ago, change the thumbnail, change the title. Zach will be joining us next week. He had something come up, so he had to bail. But don't worry, we have a guest in his place. COVID, bad internet, acid reflux. Oh, my God. If you're just going to bitch, just leave, Rob. Just kidding.
Wow.
We love you. Hope you feel better.
This is an estrogen-free zone, Rob.
Yeah. I'll be on next Monday. You better be on next Monday. And I'm sick of these internet problems, Rob. You got the whole mobile 5G hotspot. You shouldn't have problems anymore. Beyond Time, Marcus Kelligrew, Nicholas Gear. Hello, everybody. Glad you guys are here. Oh, shit. I don't know how to read. Whoops. Nah, don't worry about it. I just changed it.
We got two guests anyway, so you can enjoy the show, and then you can catch Zach next week.
That's right. And Dennis doesn't know how to read, so don't worry. You're in good company.
Yes. Boy, I better hope I know how to read, or that Cordrats book's not going to look so hot when you get it.
Oh, boy. No, we've already had a few people read it and love it, so thank God. We dressed up yesterday. If you missed the show, we were Gilligan and Skipper. I was Gilligan. Dennis was the skipper. He did a fine job as the skipper, I must say.
It's too bad it was virtual because there were a lot of people that wanted to know if I got to take my hat and hit little buddy over the head.
I know.
With several bricks in it. And I said we couldn't. We just weren't there.
I was hoping he would come over, but he didn't want to take the time out of his day to drive over here. Wham, boo-hoo. Whatever. Maybe next year. Already got the idea for next year, so...
Oh,
should
boy.
be good.
He hasn't mentioned it yet. That scares me.
Oh, we're going to be two characters from the show Naked and Afraid. So we'll be here with no shirts on and maybe nothing else because it is Naked and Afraid. So you never know.
Well, something tells me the DNA show goes off the air before that airs.
That's right. You never know. So, yeah, Halloween was good. We'll see how our friends' Halloweens were as well. First up, let's welcome to the show. What is up, John? How are you?
What's up, gentlemen? How are you guys doing?
Pronounce Hervey. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's when I'm feeling kind of extra. Then I can be Hervey. But
John
you
Hervey.
you call me Hervey. I had a teacher that would call me John Hervey, and I was like, yeah, I'm feeling kind of extra. I like that. But it's John Hervey is fine too.
That's the French pronunciation.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's your last name. That puts Smith and Turner to shame.
I'm sure you can put some kind of Centigue on it somehow. I don't know how, but somehow.
I like it. Yeah. I like it.
No, I appreciate that.
And then, of course, we also have the Monster. Hello.
Hello. Thanks for having me, guys.
Your background. Now everything's digital and clear. That's a good
now,
camera.
Do you miss the blur?
No, I can read your bookshelf, though. That camera's good.
Come judge my shelf.
Look at it. Follows you. I love it.
Just following you.
Really sure you want that going with camera?
Yeah. Hello, Feds. How are you?
If you get up and walk all the way to your back wall, what does the camera do?
You know what's creepy? When it moves away from me and looks as if something's in this hallway you can see behind me and nothing's standing there.
Oh, it detects ghosts like creatures. I love it.
You think something's there, baby. It follows.
Turn the lights off, get that heat seeking or whatever thing camera they use in ghost hunters.
Thermal energy.
That's right. Thermal imaging. That's
Dude,
right.
in my shower
We
without
were
my
thinking of the Predator.
I was. That would
If
be
ghosts
cool.
are real, there is a lot of shower stuff they get to watch us do. That is weird.
Yeah, they watch me once and they're like, nothing to see here, guys. Keep moving.
I'm out.
This is lame.
I told
I know,
you
I
we
mean,
needed a
that'd
more
be like-
powerful camera.
It would be hell.
That's right. It's true.
I would
So,
be out.
did you guys have trick-or-treaters at your places come by last night? Where you live? Is it pretty dead? What are we looking at?
What about you, Vonster?
Well, I like to go to my parents and scare the kids. So I'm always like Michael Myers, or like I was a horrible Grim Reaper fiend from the Misfits last night. And so I'm at my parents scaring the kids. My house is like dark and locked down. So there are trick-or-treaters that come here, but my parents get like tons. So it's
really?
fun. It's
Nice.
fun. And we're big on Halloween in my family. So we finished the night watching Young Frankenstein. It was a blast.
Nice.
So, do you do good candy? I assume
My
since
mom,
it's-
she does the good stuff and she gives everyone handfuls. She's just too
There you
giving,
go.
too loving. And
That's good stuff.
she's good. She's best mom for Halloween.
What about you, John?
So it's interesting. Our neighborhood, there are a number of like families with kids in this neighborhood, but none of them trick or treat here.
Really?
No. So like, there's our next door neighbor. They basically come at the end of the night and just loot us of our candy because like no one's come to get candy. And so they'll go wherever they go. They go wherever they go to trick or treat, and then when they come home, they come by our door.
Last stop.
And I give them a whole bunch of candy. They've done that for the last couple of years.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a number come by before I even came up here last night to do the professionals at 7, and then they were still coming by because I can look right out to my driveway. So, and it was they were probably wishing it was Monday night because Monday here it was 82. So around trick or treating time it would have been 60s, whereas last night it, just the temperature really took a dip. So it was chillier last night and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we had a good amount come by. How about you, big guy? Did you have a large amount?
No, we didn't. So we live in an odd subdivision, and I live on what is now a main street, and we don't have any sidewalks connecting beyond us. We're literally like the last one. So all the kids, they kind of like they all, I think, carpool, and they go drive to the fancy neighborhoods where they give out like buckets full of candy. So yeah, it's never big. We do it. We played our Halloween game. My daughter's moved back home from Korea, so she's temporarily with us.
Nice.
And we decided to play Halloween games. So they broke out the old Harry Potter board game. It's a big, fancy, very intensive 3-hour game that we played last night. So that was our fun and
Who won?
excitement. It's a cooperative game.
Why would you even play it then? What kind of
So does that mean
What?
everybody won or did everybody lose?
everybody gets a
In
trophy?
this
Is that-
time, everybody, so there can do up to 4. You play 3, and you have to be able to beat Baltimore and all of the characters. And you have to start at level 1, work up to level 7. It's a very intensive game. There were many levels where when they were getting through them, because the game changes throughout it, they lost. So, we only played the 7th one last night.
Now I know why your kids grew up the way they did, because you're the family that gave them a trophy for losers. Guys, let's play this game. Well, who wins? It's cooperative.
No, you either
There's
win.
no point.
You either win or lose.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's not a-
obviously take those slits for ear holes and open them up because you either all win together or you all lose together.
Wow, sounds boring as hell.
Ooh.
I'd rather watch Young Frankenstein.
Oh,
Damn right.
I have
And
no
it's not a
problem
family
watching
game until there's blood on the Monopoly board, all right?
Yeah.
That's
It's a family.
right.
Or at least until there's some tears.
Damn
Yep.
right.
It's
Good.
funny. We were at a convention over the weekend, and it was only a one-day show, but the convention host brings us in on Saturday and gives us a room and stuff, and Young Frankenstein was on. And I heard what was it like? Something like a week or two ago. I never knew Gene Hackman was in it, and I've seen the movie, before, but
Mhm.
it wasn't until a week or two ago I heard that. So I'm glad it was on because I kept just watching it, waiting to see him. And when he was finally on screen, I'm like, wow, if it wasn't for the voice, I still wouldn't have known that was Gene Hackman. Even back
Okay, I
then.
need to go watch Young Frankenstein again.
Yeah, it's one of the all-time great cameo
It is.
performances ever, I would say.
Yeah.
Frankenstein. That is a classic movie. You should watch that on Halloween, or another great Halloween movie, E.T. Just
no, it's not. It's not a good movie at all. I guess on Halloween it is.
So have you guys watched E.T.?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I watched it when aging myself. I watched it when it came out in the theater.
See?
I think it might
Andy
have
has
been
not
my
watched
first
it
movie.
ever.
Oh.
Really?
Nah, never interested me, even as a kid. I was
E.T. was
like,
a
wow.
good movie. E.T.'s a
I'm
good
good.
movie.
I know. I told him, and it takes place at Halloween. Best Halloween movie that's a non-horror Halloween movie ever. Playing Dungeons and Dragons, getting an E.T. literally in your closet. What more? And Recess Pieces. Come on, that's a trifecta.
and it hits you right in the feels, man. You gotta watch E.T.
It's actually kind of like
new
like
CGI,
snorting.
new creature effect.
No, it's not Star Wars. No.
Let's make it good.
We don't. They did it great.
No, they already messed it up a
during
little
the
bit
Dennis?
with CGI. He tried to hide the guns and made them in the flashlights in the beginning. Remember that?
Yeah.
He changed ET to hide those guns. That was lame.
So when it
Hopefully
comes
he's
on
fixed
TV,
it.
which cut is it then? Is it the hide the guns
I don't know.
cut or the
I don't.
flashlight?
It might be hide the guns. I don't know. We have to ask those ET heads out there, I guess.
What cut do you own, Dennis? I know you own it.
You have guns cut?
I'm trying to remember. I think it's what version of the Blu-ray? I think it only has one or two versions. It might just be a theatrical and director's. I'd actually have to go look. I don't know, because every time I watch it, it's like digital. I mean, it's been a hot minute. I mean, if I were to get it now, it obviously would be 4K. That tells you how long ago I got it, because it was like Blu-ray.
It was Laserdisc. I can't even play it.
Oh, Laserdisc was fantastic.
Yeah, Laserdisc.
I owned
Laserdisc
all
was
the Star Trek and Star Wars that were put out at that time on Laserdisc. Best format ever.
I watched those. I remember being a little kid flipping those big discs and like, I'm gonna watch the other half of the movie.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
The quality's
Big
so
metal
nice,
button.
but I have to get up halfway through just to flip it. That's not good. I guess
Yeah.
it's good for a pee break, but
Yeah, intermission style.
Yeah, there you
Sometimes those laser discs came with like 4 or 5 discs. Like you get these big heavy blocks to be able to watch Blade Runner.
Oh yeah, but they're just like LPs,
Crazy.
they're like albums. So my very first Laserdisc when it came out, it was just a standard unit. That's all they had. It was Pioneer. And then they came out with the super advanced, because Laserdisc you had to take out and flip over halfway through. So then I got the dual-sided one where it would play, and then wait a few seconds. There it automatically played the second side.
Oh, you guys had that?
Those are cool for a hot minute.
3-disc changer. Then I got the 3-disc changer, and I could put 3 of them suckers in at a time. That's like 6 hours of movies just flowing around. You didn't have to do nothing for. Now we're spoiled.
exactly.
Yeah.
You want to talk about spoiled? Yesterday, my daughter sent. I say kid, she's 20. She sends me a text because she's in the house. I'm up here working. My computer's not charging. My computer's not charging. Come help, whatever. So I go down there. It's a charging cord. She needs a new charging cord. So she's like, well, go to Amazon and see if it'll get delivered today. So I go to Amazon. I'm like, nope, you'll get it tomorrow morning. She's like, but I need it today. And I'm like, I literally look, I go, just stop. I said, your generation is so freaking spoiled. Yeah. If I needed a charging cord in the 90s, radio for a computer, it's I guess I got to get in the car, go drive somewhere, deal with traffic, hope they have it, and I don't have to mail order it or something, or even late 90s before there was Amazon.
Mail order it. Wow, you did date yourself.
Well, I'm just well, even in
Did
the
you have
late
to put it in a
90s,
self-postage stamped envelope and
Maybe.
mail it off to get your little list?
But I mean, it's ridiculous. She's bitching because
Yeah.
she couldn't get it same day. And the earliest she could get it was delivered between 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. today. And this is 4 in the afternoon yesterday. And I'm just like,
Like
my
that's pretty
Can
instantaneous.
you go a few hours without being connected to all the digital chaos? Please just take a break.
That's what
See
I
if
told
you
her.
actually
I go,
like
you
it. See if you
have,
enjoy it.
well, not only that, that's her personal laptop. She has a school laptop. She
Yeah.
has her cell phone. She has a tablet. I'm like, you can't find something else to do with the other devices and the TV and stuff. Get out of here. So
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We had Radio Shack. If I had something that died, well, if Radio Shack don't have it, nobody's gonna have it.
yeah.
You would get there
That's
and
right.
they'd be like, "Nope, but we can order you one. It would be here in a week." Okay,
Yep.
That's it.
that's what you did.
That's what you did.
But it
Yeah.
still kind of blows my mind that Radio Shack, because you're right, Radio Shack did have everything you
Mhm.
needed. And when it comes to stores that you can actually go to, I mean, Best Buy doesn't have everything. Walmart, Target, they don't have they have electronics, but they don't have everything. So you would think a store like Radio Shack could still be around today because, yes, there's Amazon, of course, that has everything. But
Yeah.
if you don't want to
Yeah.
wait, you know.
Right.
But
So,
even with
it's too bad they
Amazon, I
went
mean,
under.
my wife, I mean, she uses Amazon for everything, and it's like you said, things come the same day.
yeah,
You know,
Oh, yeah.
if you order it early enough, I'm just like, my God.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, my wife this morning, she's like, I'm out of Tums. How did I run out of Tums? And I'm like, go to the store. And she's like, I just don't have times. And I'm like, are you serious? She goes, go get me some. I'm like, Amazon, there's yours. Bing, put it on there. And then I thought it'll be here tomorrow, right? Oh, no,
Yep.
I already got a notification. It's going to be here by 5. And I'm like, look at that.
Stub tums.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Dan's like, when I was a teenager, I need to hook up a scanner. Mom drove me all over to find a special wire, and the only place that had it was a small electronics store in the area. In a bad
It was
area.
like a cyberpunk scavenger hunt if you wanted to get cords for things sometimes.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right.
Well, you know what the worst is? I don't know about you guys. I'm sure you probably have a drawer like this. I'm looking right at it. I've got a drawer in a cabinet. I open it up. It's just full of different cables and wire. And that was the
I still
first
have
thing
that.
I did.
Every
I
man
still
has
have
their
that.
cabinet.
Yep. It was the first thing I did. I said, bring your computer up to my office, cross your fingers. Let's see if I didn't have anything. So,
I've got the special drawer. It's what I call the spaghetti monster.
oh, that's
drawer.
the one next to
You
your bed
open
with
it
the
up,
vibrator?
and it's just like hundreds of just cables. And if you need something, it's like you just pull them out and just say, nope. We tried 100 cables, 0 luck.
That's
Oh,
right.
my son needed to order a cable. He needed a cable. I had the cable. I was at work. So he orders it. Granted, it comes later on in the day, but I'm just like, bud, you know that I have this drawer full of cables. He's like, I just ordered it. I'm like, yeah, because that's my money.
Right. Well, that's the other thing with kids and stuff. And even my daughter's still at 20. They don't want to look for stuff. Well, it's probably in the house somewhere. Well, I can just order a new one.
I'll just order a new one.
No, because then you find it, and now we have 2 of them.
Right.
So
Come on, don't they have any sense of adventure or untangling cords? Come on.
None.
no, they don't.
No, exactly. It's got to come nicely wrapped, and it's got to be delivered right to the doorstep. I'm like, it takes you as long to go look through that drawer as it does to literally go on to Amazon, order it, and have it delivered.
Mm-hmm.
They need to do DoorDash for prostitutes. Oh wait, those are
Hordash?
DoorDash.
There you go.
All right, Vaughn.
You can
Vaughn and I are
copyright that.
going into business.
Going
Then if
into
you
the
want in, we're
business.
doing DoorDash. Moving to Vegas where it's legal.
Yep.
DoorDash.
Keep our horse clean and
Exactly.
dash him on over to you. You don't need
That's
to get out of
right.
bed.
Dennis
There's a
will send
whore
the
coming to
cards
you,
to
buddy, in a nice little package.
Yep.
I got spinners on the vehicle all
Yeah.
going
Well,
there.
you need the guy
Dax,
you need the guy that's big and 6 feet tall to walk up to the door with her, just to be intimidating. Like, I'm here if I hear anything.
Right.
Have
Got
fun.
it,
I'll be in
Russell.
the car reading a comic because you still collect comics
Well,
in this scenario.
I know what we'll be dressing up for Halloween next year. You're going to see me in some big fuzzy fur long trench jacket with a hat on, gold chains down there. Yeah, I see where this
See,
is.
you could
this is
do
why I
you could
come
do
on your show.
Hordash. You could do Hordash, or you could do Ass on the Run. You could do, maybe they're ladies that don't want to go all the way. They just want to be like a stripper, but a stripper coming to your house, and she has her own pole. So she brings
That's
her own
right.
pole, that kind of like a daredevil pole that kind of just extends, so she can,
Well, it's like a shower rod. It's set thicker and it can hold body weight, and you just extend it to the ceiling to the floor.
exactly.
You
So
know?
for those folks that are like, oh, I can't leave the house, I'm too, they can do it in between their video games and the anime. They could, get a little.
Floor dress. There you go.
The rated X version of our book.
We could also do.
You know what?
All chat immediately.
Instead of
Done.
That's
Uber.
how you know you've made it. If they haven't made like
Glory
a porn
hole.
version of your property, you haven't made it yet.
That's right.
Glory hole dash and Boober.
Yeah.
We do Boober. So
Well, once again, this show went into areas I never thought it would go, but I say that every week. Thanks, Andy.
you're welcome.
I just have to call my mom and tell her I'm a pimp now.
Right?
Yeah.
That's gonna be a fun
That's
conversation.
right.
You got the
We
glasses.
got a new
That's
gig.
Mom,
All right,
I
what
did
do we got
comics for
here?
So,
too long,
guys,
and
we
now I'm
got
a
some
pimp.
news today. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but we
What's
did
this?
have some breaking news from Marvel. Marvel's Blade movie reboot is at the center of an eye-opening new report about Marvel Studio and the MCU. And it looks like it went through a major change. In a breakdown by Variety magazine, they broke it. Tatiana Siegel, it said that Marvel's Blade reboot was originally headed in a very different direction. It claims that the story at one point had morphed into a narrative led by women and filled with life lessons, and that Blade was relegated to the fourth lead of the film. That angle tracks with Marvel's recent promotional push of Bloodline, Daughter of Blade, in comics this year. A character many speculate the movie was going to focus on. However, it looks now it's being reported that the Oscar-nominated Logan writer Michael Green has been brought on board to rewrite the Blade script from scratch, and that Marvel Studios is taking a very different approach with it. Apparently, speculation around town is that the studio is looking to make the film, now slated for 2025, on a budget less than $100 million, a deviation from Marvel's big spending strategy. And so they are scrapping it and going over from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Considering the original was made for only 45 mil, and they did
That's
so
what I
well
was
with
going
it.
to say is
Right.
you don't need a big budget.
Blade doesn't need it.
No, you look at Creator. That was it. The Creator, whatever.
Yeah.
That was $80 million. Now, yeah, they're two totally different movies, but the point is, if Blade's going to be grounded in, the Marvel universe, which is real world, New York, whatever, not like big sci-fi stuff. You got vampires, whatever. You don't need a huge budget.
Yep, the original
you don't need a huge budget.
million, and it made $131 million in its box office, and so it tripled its budget, and that was a good movie.
That was a
It
really
was.
good one.
When you think about it, that really sparked everything for like a Sony Marvel at that time, because that was before the X-Men came out. Blade came out first.
Yes, it did.
Oh, yeah.
And it made waves and got people talking and started legitimizing superhero movies in our minds again. It brought such fun and like gore and violence. So it was adult too. They didn't have to pander to families.
It was rated R, yeah.
I mean, it opens with just a horrible blood orgy. It's great.
Yeah.
And you're just like, this is the type of movie. This is what brings comic fans to this seats. So let's see if Disney can figure that out with the Logan writer, right? I mean, I don't expect them to, but if we can go back to remembering that it's not the budget, it's the team of people, the right creators with the right vision, You can make great movies for cheaper and rake in so much money. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't
Andy
need to
mentioned-
make a high budget horror slash. It's a slasher film. That's what Blade is.
Yeah. I mean,
it
add
really
a little
is.
Hong Kong
They
action.
could do a little flying,
Yeah.
a little jumping, a little bursting into flames in the sun. I mean, what more do you want?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a simple concept. And why, again, they were going down the road of, well, we need to go woke, we need to go female-led, and it's like it would have flopped. So somebody at Marvel had the common sense now, which is what's a little scary to me. Because Daredevil reboot is being rebooted and starting over from scratch, even with 4 in the can. So, maybe they're starting to wake up, realizing we're hemorrhaging money so quick because we just got our tickets to the Marvels. So we are taking these bullets for you all so you won't have to see it.
Hey, I appreciate you because you guys are taking all the bullets because I'm not paying for that.
I'm not there.
My daughter really wants to see it. So even if he was a hardcore no, I'd still be going. But here's the nice thing. So we belong to the AMC member, whatever it is.
Nice.
It's like $21 a month, and that's you get to you can go up to 3 movies a week. So I mean, if we see one a week, so one a week, that's like $5.25 a movie, which is dirt cheap compared to what they actually cost. So
Absolutely.
Right. That's like going back to the ticket prices that they should be, Get used to.
yeah.
Right. And if we ever wanted to see more than one, we could, and it's fine. We always do our movie review of the week, something new and fun. There were actually 2 this week that we were kind of debating about, and we're seeing the one as usual tomorrow. But yeah, we have already got our tickets for the Marvels, and you guys aren't going to believe it. The theater had 3 other people that already had seats.
The 3 or 2. Been 2.
Oh, it was 2 because I was the third because I picked
We
the
were
third.
3.
So there were 2 other people before my seats. So with the 3 of us now, that means 5 people have already got their tickets to go see the Marvels.
Dude, maybe you'll be sitting with Kathleen Kennedy or something.
Right. Okay, Kathleen Kennedy. Did you see South Park? Did you see the Join the Pandaverse?
No.
Oh, you gotta see it.
My God, I know everybody's talking about it. I actually made my family watch it 2 nights ago.
Oh wait, have Elizabeth seen it?
Yep, now she has.
Oh, what's she think?
She didn't understand it.
No.
And that was mainly because she doesn't know who Kathleen Kennedy is, and she doesn't pay attention to Disney. But my wife thought it was freaking hilarious. And she picked up a lot of the references. So, guys,
really,
just letting you know, that one you need to go find. I know they will stream it on Comedy Central soon, and it was such a big hit that Paramount, they got more viewers than you could shake a stick at, and people that subscribe to them. And they announced this is going to be part 1 of 3. So Pandaverse is going to have 3 parts and continuing. And Disney's, I
love it. I live for this. I love that episode. Even my mom in her 70s gets it because she's seen the social justice ruin her stuff too. It's that pervasive, right? Even the older housewives are noticing. That's when things are going to start flipping the other way,
Heck
but, yeah, man. It was hilarious. Great messaging. Just calling it out how it is.
I've got a feeling. I think you're onto something. He has acquired billions of dollars worth of Disney stock. And the last time he acquired all the stock, he said he wasn't after Bob Iger. He just wanted Disney to straighten out and make money again. This time, he bought lots more and basically said, they're like, well, Bob Iger's safe, right? Mum's the word. So he has changed his tune. He wants multiple seats on the board. And you know what? I think it could be because Disney is losing, which Pandaverse really delves into. They are losing so much money. I'm surprised the shareholders haven't filed suit against the board of directors. And I've got a feeling that could be happening. So, well, we'll see. Maybe they're straightening out a little bit, but they're not doing it willingly. They're being forced.
Yeah, exactly. Golly.
They're always going
Yeah.
to fight activist mind versus, common sense and business practice that
Yeah.
helps everyone.
He's gonna go in there and
Amazing.
Carl Icahn that joint.
Oh,
yeah.
He's gonna go in there and clean that house out.
Well, I mean, back to what you said, Vaughn, about like your mom and stuff getting it. That doesn't surprise me, though. I think anybody, I would like to think people late 30s, 40s, and up can all kind of get it. I mean, obviously, we know that's not the case when you run into people, but we'll say sane people, because it's just, well, here's a good example. Is I don't know if you guys have Netflix. If you do, if you're a fan of Bill Burr, he just had a movie come out that he wrote and directed called Old Dads, which was great.
It was great.
That movie is amazing, and it's almost an anthem for our generation in some way right now with how things have become for us and how ridiculous it is. The comedy's great. It takes no prisoners. Hits all these notes on what like leftists have turned our society into.
I gotta check it out.
Great. It's so funny too.
Bill Burr, some people said he let off the gas way too much. I didn't think he did at all. I think he called, a lot of different things out, and I thought he hit the nail on the head in so many instances, but he does it in a fun way. I mean, that movie wasn't just entertaining. It was just, it dropped truth.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop laughing at the scene where he says the word tranny and everyone gets very offended. And he's like, what was I supposed to say? And they're like, trans. And he's like, tranny, Mikey, I was close.
I was
close.
close.
I'm laughing so hard. I can't, I still remember the day a trans person was on, I guess, Facebook attacking me many years. This was like a lot of years ago. And I was like, I totally said the word tranny to them because back then that's just what you called them in the city when I lived in Chicago. Like it wasn't a slur. And they were like, that's a slur now. And I was like, what? Like all the drag queens and trannies are calling each other that in front of me at the shows when I run security for the club I bounce for. Like, what are you talking about? It became a slur overnight, and he nails it. It was so funny.
Oh, that's that was just so good. Well, don't want to give too much away. John hasn't seen it, but
I'm gonna check it out.
He had to apologize
You'll love it, John.
to the principal or whatever, the private school, and she's like, "Oh no, wait, over here." He has to apologize in front of everyone, all the families and stuff. And the one person, it's like, I wasn't even there. And when I heard what you said, I was triggered or whatever the hell she said.
But his apology was the best because it was like, I apologize to the 6 of you that heard it. And then to the 40 of you that the 6 told.
Yeah. We live in a crazy society. I coach. I'm the assistant coach for my son's basketball team. And last summer we were playing a game, and I basically told one of the guys, I was like, listen, you can't let that fat kid, beat you to the post. And then one of the players said to me, you can't call him that. I'm like, but he's fat.
He's a fat kid.
A fat kid. I'm not even trying to be mean about it. He's a big boy.
He's a big kid. Yeah.
He's a big boy. He's a fat kid. I'm like, you're letting the fat kid outrun you. Well, you shouldn't call him a fat kid. I'm like, well, you should outrun the fat kid. That's what you should.
Well, the flip side of it is, let's say it was a skinny kid. Could you say skinny kid, or is that wrong? You know what I mean?
It's never ending.
I think I can say. I'm not too sure. Maybe I can't say skinny kid.
It is an ever-evolving dialect that nobody can keep up with.
Right.
Yeah. I was okay. I may have had a little punch to what I was saying. I said, but it was a descriptor. I'm like, who I'm talking about.
Right.
Just call him by his number. I'm like, no, I'm calling. That's the fat kid. Just go get him.
Look, you can't let that husky fellow beat
Right.
to the post.
Yeah.
Now that takes me back to my youth.
Right?
You can beat big and tall to the post. I've been in those big and tall stores, and no one in there is tall.
That's right. Would he rather you say you can't let that obese
big.
kid? You can't call him that. What
Oh,
descriptor
obese.
can I use?
Fastmaster
hate that
Dan
one.
says, here, overfed kid. Does that work for
There
you?
you go. You can't let that overfed kid beat you to the post. He's not overfed. How dare you say that? Oh my god!
I was at a
I
lovely.
got in trouble. I got in trouble once, because somebody said something dumb. I'm like, my God, that sounds so retarded.
Oh,
You can't say that. I'm like,
I got
And
busted for that
our
one
word
too.
is off limits. I'm like, what?
You guys too? Holy shit!
Right?
Me too. I was at a lovely brunch in Chicago, and I said that's retarded, and everybody lost it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, there was no one retarded here to be offended by that. Okay.
Yeah.
Like
Correct.
no one calls retarded people retarded. No one does that.
No.
You just call
No.
I was talking about like a cokehead. I was like,
Yeah.
that guy's retarded.
You're like, that's retarded.
And,
know?
yeah. And
Right.
everybody went ballistic and they were like, I have family members who are, mentally challenged. I was just like, well, okay, but what does that have to do with this cokehead that I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, we've been slowly censored by the white women of America. I mean, that's what's been happening.
Exactly.
The white liberal women have come in and
God forbid
decided
you
different
walk into
words
your,
are off the menu.
Walk into a auto mechanic and be like, my engine's running a little weird. I think the carburetor might be a little retarded. And that's a proper use with the carburetor, but still,
Yeah. Or can you say like I'm gonna have to get a new transmission for the car, the tranny? Is that
That's right. I need
That's
to get a new tranny.
can't say that
No,
anymore.
You just say it like that, and somebody will jump all over you. Go, what did your mind jump? You sick bastard! I was talking about the transmission in my car.
Yeah.
I would never call a trans person that.
So Dan says, I call myself retarded all the time. I might actually be. But that's not a problem unless you answer yourself. That's where the issue comes in.
Then you trigger yourself.
Well, let's talk about
Retarded people are happy.
campaign.
They're fine.
Yeah.
They're fine.
John, why don't
Black
you
Tiger
talk a
looks
little
cool,
bit
man.
about Black Tiger, Hidden Dragon? And,
Absolutely.
we'll go through that.
Absolutely. So this is the second volume in the Hidden Dragon story arc. So for those of you that are new to Black Tiger, there are two Black Tiger story arcs. There's Legacy of Fury, which is a 6-issue, one 6-issue volume. So the first book that I crowdfunded was 172 pages. I just wanted folks to know that I could complete a story. I could do a complete story arc since people don't know me from Adam. And then we the year before we ran Black Tiger Hidden Dragon Volume 1, which is an 88-page volume. And this is the conclusion of that story arc. So it's another 88 pages. As you can see, Rini provided the cover, which was super awesome. She did an amazing job with the cover. I have 3 cover options. And the reason why is each of these volumes is actually the Hidden Dragon volumes are each 3 issues. So for the equivalent of each issue, I have what is a cover. So if at some point, whether in the future I'm able to do floppies or get some other kind of a deal, I already have like all the collateral I need. I've got the covers, I've got all the elements that I need.
Cool.
So this story is just an amalgamation of different things that I love. I'm a big I love Kung Fu, martial arts. I loved watching old Hong Kong movies growing up, like the Shaw Brothers. Comic books, that's my first love. And I think about I was a big fan of like the Avengers back in the day, the comics. So I mean, this is back when like Byrne and Perez were artists on the book. That's when I got into comics. That's when I became a self-proclaimed comic book artist. And a buddy of mine at the time, he was collecting Daredevil. And I remember sitting on his brother's bunk bed, and he had the Frank Miller, the majority of the Frank Miller run. And I read up through when Elektra got killed. And I was just like, it's one of those things that like, people talk about, where were you when this happened? Like, where were you when the Challenger exploded? Where were you when, like, I know I know exactly where I was when I read that story, sitting on my friend's brother's bunk bed, just going like, "Oh my gosh, this can't be happening." Oh,
Yeah,
but
that was major.
oh man,
I still have the ones I bought back then. I remember when that happened too, and just the shock of it. I don't know if they could even get away with something like that today without it being spoiled because
I
of
don't think
all
they
the.
could.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
think
think they
so.
could, And one of the things I loved about Frank Miller's aesthetic was he really brought fight choreography to his books. And I said, man, I want to do a martial arts book, and I want to bring like Hong Kong style fight choreography to the book.
Yeah.
So that has been my mission with Black Tiger. It's got some of those kung fu type elements in it. I mean, it's tropes are not a bad thing.
Oh yeah,
Tropes,
not at all.
it's like but as long as you execute them properly, and if you're paying homage to something, you do that. So you've got the elements of family honor. So as the Black Tiger, she is looking to restore honor to the name of the Black Tiger, which has been run through the mud. Her dad was the prior Black Tiger. Her dad also was a cop, and he was posthumously defamed. So she's got an enemy that knows who she is, both as the Black Tiger, both in and out of costume, and she's trying to figure out who her enemy is, and she's trying to restore the name of the Black Tiger, and she's also trying to fill the gap that her dad left as the hero of the city. So now you've got the Organizatia, which are kind of like, you got to have your ex-KGB bionic Russians. You've got your metahuman, which is kind of like my ode to the Morlocks. You've got the metahuman activity division, which are basically cops, but they have privatized funding. So these cops are going after metahumans, and they've also got some other agendas because they're kind of in the pocket of another company. So just all these fun elements, and just I just want the adventure to roll. So as you can see, you've got like a Mayan ziggurat there. So I mean, you get to learn some of the history of Black Tiger. This story arc, it takes you like from ancient Mayan times. It takes you to feudal Japan and into the present as you really unfold the secrets of the Black Tiger power. So as she's learning about the power, you're learning about the power as the reader. And using one of the powers that she has to see into the past. So you're kind of tying the past and the present together, and just having a blast in the process, man. And a lot of martial arts. So I mean, one of the characters, I guess, one of the splash pages you saw, it looks like she's almost like a death maze, and that's what she's in. So a little bit of an ode to Court of Owls. She's in this death maze that has, but it has like screens that are showing things from past issues, showing that she's been being observed. So she has to fight. She ends up fighting one of her antagonists, and the small image there on to the side is representative of it. And then the cage drops, and these 5 figures are called the five fingers of death. So they're 5 martial artists, so very Enter the Dragon kind of style. These guys, up there, and they have 5 different styles of fighting. You got a guy on the left who's the Screamador, so he's a Filipino stick fighter. Then you've got a British pugilist. You've got an African wrestler. You've got basically a kind of a 36 chambers kind of Chinese martial artist, and then you've got a shinobi. And you get to see just a lot of butt kicking action. But it's also as you're going through the story and you're trying to find out who she's after, who's after her.
Right.
So
Dude,
I tried to put it in a nutshell, but it's a lot of moving pieces, but I'm enjoying it.
It's like something for all the hardcore kung fu and martial arts movie lovers and story lovers and comics.
Absolutely.
That's right.
It sounds like, because you covered all those different character archetypes from martial art. You know what I mean? It's great. It's fun.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I love superheroes and I love martial arts. So you get it all wrapped up into one story.
I'll tell you, I'm a fan of the old kung fu movies. I mean, even as a kid, I would watch them where the lips never even were close to syncing up, and I just absolutely loved them all the way to Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragons, which is really
Yes.
one of my favorite movies. It's just so beautifully done and stuff. This just gives me
Yeah.
really awesome vibes. I mean, this looks fantastic. I love that kind of stuff. I think you're capturing something really cool here.
Man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And at the end of the day, we all love comics. So, I mean,
Yeah.
all of us are telling stories that we would like to read, you know, which is something that seems so basic, but has been so lost to the mainstream, you know, creators of content, you know. So, you know, this is, you know, I wouldn't call it my opus, but this is the story that I wanted to tell. You know, this is a story that I said, you know, if I were going to go to a shop and buy a book, you know, this better have everything that I want in it.
Right. No, dude, that's really cool. Let's I'm just looking at the art. That's why I'm quiet.
No,
And
you're
I'm looking
no,
down,
go
so
through it.
I can see it bigger on my I have in front of my regular screen is my Cintiq, which is a lot larger. So
Nice.
no, that's cool looking.
No, appreciate it.
It
We
is.
have original art pages there as well for those that like the originals. We have pencil pages and ink pages as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it looks
Yeah.
like you've got an option. It's not a catch-up tier, but you've got volume 1 available. So for those of you who didn't back volume 1, you could snag that and pick this up and then be all caught up. Correct?
That's right. That's correct. And you'd have about a little under 350 pages of Black Tiger goodness if you get the prior stuff and you get the current stuff. So it'll keep you preoccupied for a minute.
Yeah, well. So let's see. The featured tier right now is the Rainy edition. Is that black and white then?
You know
Or
what?
is
I
it
just
that's all you
I just
had
never
at the
updated
time?
the image. So like, yeah, I had the black and white image at the time, and then
Oh, yeah.
a couple days into the campaign, I got the colored image. So I updated it, and I just didn't update because I just need to put up a new tier for that because I can't change the image.
Yeah, it stinks because when you do that, you know, you lose where it says how many people have already claimed it and stuff, and it stinks
Exactly.
to start over.
Yeah.
So, but that's
That's-
cool.
That's kind of why I hadn't done it yet, but I know it gets confusing. People are like, oh, I kind of like the cover in color. I'm like, oh, it is in color.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And then you got the digital version.
Got the digital versions. Digital
Right.
versions. Those are on our. You read them off of the web reader on the website, on the Beyond Time Comics website.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the physical versions.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
Just going through some different covers and stuff. Very cool. You
Yep.
got catch up stuff.
So
Nice.
Blackjack's asking, is Legacy of Fury part of the story of Black Tiger?
Exactly. So think of Legacy of Fury. That's the first Black Tiger story arc, and Hidden Dragon is the second story arc.
There you go.
Yeah, I need to
Cool,
find a
yeah.
better way of making that like easier to realize because it's not the way it's listed. People are like, "Oh, this is volume 2. Is this your second volume?" Yeah, it is volume 2 of Hidden Dragon, but it's actually there's Legacy of Fury, then there's Hidden Dragon, and I just haven't figured out a good way to make that readily apparent.
Right. I hear you.
Well, I'm glad you found us anyway, Brian. Thank you for
I
joining.
didn't get. Yeah. Hey, Brian,
Indeed.
what's happening, brother? Well, that's cool, man. You got a lot of original art for art collectors and stuff. Very cool. And I like the fact that you got. So I assume the penciler's just emailing the pages over to the inker, and the inker's doing blue lines or whatever.
So on this project, Rod did both the pencils and the inks.
So how does he have? So wait. Okay. I'm
So
confused.
they aren't the same
For the
pages.
pencil pages, did he ink those, or are they just shot from pencil for the penciled ones?
So there's some of them that he did the blue line and then he inked, and then there are others that he inked over the original pencils. So
Okay.
the ones that he did not ink over the original pencils, he kept the pencils, and
Yep.
he's selling those pencils.
Got it. No, that's
Yeah.
cool. Very cool.
And then some of the pages he did digitally. So there's like it's like
Oh,
there was
really?
there was no like particular pattern on how, you know, whether the pages were physical pages, you know, crystal board, or were they digital.
I tell you, my OCD wouldn't allow that. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
I have a hard time jumping back and forth like that with stuff. But that's
I can
cool.
understand.
You got some cool covers and everything. So I mean, there's lots for everybody to choose from.
And I should have done this first, but I do want to watch it. So I'm going to play the trailer now because, we do things a little different.
Let's do it.
Hopefully the sound.
Welcome, Beyond Time travelers. We're excited to bring you the final 88-page chapter in the Black Tiger Hidden Dragon story arc, where the rubber meets the road as Assistant Defense Attorney Jen Fong must balance her career and personal life with her blossoming power and responsibilities as Black Tiger. Jen must survive an insidious game of death and a lethal encounter with the Metahuman Activities Division of the Los Santos Police Department as the city streets run ablaze with criminal activity. Along with pulse-pounding action, this graphic novel reveals inconceivable truths about the Black Tiger power, ranging from ancient Mayan civilization to feudal Japan. Picking up where Volume 1 left off, Jen must go farther, dig deeper, and bring it with more bone-crushing kung fu than ever before in order to save the city of Los Santos and restore the disgraced names of both the Fong family and the Black Tiger. For those of you who are new to Black Tiger, this campaign is a great jumping-on point, as it contains nearly 350 pages of comic book awesomeness with 2 complete 6-issue Black Tiger story arcs, Legacy of Fury and Hidden Dragon. Start at the beginning with the 172-page epic Black Tiger Legacy of Fury, in which Pak Fong, the prior Black Tiger, has a strained relationship with his children. His daughter Jen is a straight as an arrow assistant DA, whom Pak has inadvertently lost in the shuffle as he focuses his attention on his prodigal son Eric. Unbeknownst to Jen, Eric is the heir to the Black Tiger power and an enforcer in the Red Dragon Triad, the most brutal gang in Chinatown. When an assassin's bullet ends Pak's life and grants the power to Eric, the family is shattered. Pak's web of secrets drives brother and sister onto separate journeys that collide as the fate of the city and the mantle of the Black Tiger hangs in the balance. All production is 100% complete as we continue our mission to bring you the very best in comic book entertainment. Join us for boundless imagination.
Oh, wow. So it's all complete. Nice.
Yep, that
So
looks great. Yeah, it does. And Greg Horn, I did see a Greg Horn cover.
Mm. Oh,
Was
you're
it Greg
muted.
Horn?
You're muted, my man. John.
Oh, John, you're muted. Yep.
My bad.
No worries.
Yeah. So
I was like,
I've been talking for like the last 30 seconds. So yeah. So Greg Horn for Legacy of Fury. It's basically 6 issues. So there are 6 Greg Horn covers that accompany
cool.
Legacy of Fury. So when you buy the book, you get the one cover that's on the cover of the book, but there's also an art gallery inside. So you get all 6 of the Greg Horn covers inside.
Nice.
oh, that's
Yeah. Yeah, he's a really cool dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. Coach, did Rennie color her cover or somebody else do it?
His name is Charles, but he goes by Articida1, like Articide. Articida1. So he colored the Rennie cover and he did an amazing job. I mean, it was like, you know,
that looks great.
And then he also colored thanks, Randy. Appreciate that. He also colored the volume 1 cover, that one right there, that purplish looking one.
Okay.
He colored that one as well. So, he's just another member. He was a friend of Rod's, but he's somebody else that I think is starting to get more work in our community as well. He's just a highly skilled, there's so much talent in this community, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's cool, man. Well, good luck with it. And everybody go check this out. The link is in the description below. Of course, Randy's been posting it like the champ that he is.
And for those of you
You're awesome,
that
Randy.
watch this later, because there's a lot of you, down in the description will be the links to both of these campaigns.
That's right. I did a little
That's right.
updating before we went live. And there we go with Von Klautz's new campaign.
I'm a little in the
Nice.
martial arts realm as well, guys. I think
Let's
we kind of have a
go.
good show. We've got a nice theme going here. I made
love
something
it.
called KITARU Witch Hunter, which is set in kind of a haunted, very barbaric, feudalistic Japan, where kids can be raised by the leaders, the powerful shogun in charge, to become detectives / executioners. Powerful agents of detection and then powerful agents of destruction. The witch hunter will judge and execute a witch after being able to find them using these special forensic techniques that they use and take them out. And this one's about KITARU, kind of a roguish witch hunter moving from town to town, kind of a la Samurai Story, Ninja, or Lone Wolf and Cub Story, or Blade of the Immortal, or Ninja Scroll. All very influential on me in making this. And
Man,
KITARU,
Ninja Scroll. Woo! I'm already sold, baby. I'm already
I know there's some
sold.
fans out there, baby. Did you guys want me to play the trailer now, or did you want me to keep
Nah,
pitching?
play it.
Yeah,
let's check it
play
out.
that and full screen
All
it.
right,
Yeah.
let's roll.
That's funny.
Man, has some of that Demon Slayer flair to it too. My son has got me watching that.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know, it's
me too.
funny. It
My
does.
niece has me. I just started season 2.
I swear it does. I've watched Demon Slayer too, and it does have that flair. And yet I made it like in 2014. Like,
Really?
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah. It's cool to see. Like Demon Slayer does remind me of it a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, this was a 2014. I made this just before I did Monster MD, and I wasn't sure if I ever wanted to release it, though some people told me you should, but I decided to.
You mean you
re-let
had
it
all the
myself.
art done and everything back then?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But you know what? When you look back on older work, you're like, I'm not going to try to publish this right away. I had done the lettering on it, and it wasn't great back then, but I redid it, rewrote it, and it looks so pro. It looks so good. All the pages sing and move better. You know what I mean? Like with what I've learned now, it's a much more polished, beautiful story to read, like better, more fun product. So I'm just like, let's publish this beauty, man. Let's get this out. People have asked about it over the years after they saw some digital
now?
versions of it.
It's a different artist, right? So like,
This
was the
right.
artist like busting down your every day, going, "I would love to see this in print."
No, he was really chill about it. I mean, we talked about it. He said, yeah, I hope it gets printed one day, but just hit me up if you want me to work for you again. He would love to draw more KITARU again.
Sweet.
Okay.
And he is pumped that it is getting printed now, though. He's super stoked.
Sure.
So I'm going to send him a copy. He'll love it. And yeah, man, this has been a book that a character that I've loved for years. The character of KITARU, the roguish kind of witch hunter, never, always alone, always traveling from town to town, solving mysteries and problems, and then having to move on for one reason or another. And this is a one and done story where 58 color pages, where KITARU is kind of trying to solve a murder where he is being watched by witches. The town is corrupt and watching him. Everything's closing in around him and this little family he's trying to solve it for. A woman has been killed in a creepy ritualistic way in which a witch used her body to make a sacrifice. And you'll find out more about that as you read. So it's got this, true detective-y thing going on where he has to figure that part out and mystery. But then you've got your awesome action scenes and your awesome blazing swords and fights with witches in this world. I mean, you detect them and it's all, Sherlock Holmes. But then when you confront them and corner a witch, they witch out. They get horns and fangs and bladed tongues and flaming breath and poison darts, and they're just they are absolutely horrific to deal with. So
nice.
Trained to kind of take that out. Yeah.
Nice. So the witch is like, and before you uncover them, like, oh, it's not me. They're denying it. Oh, it's not me. Then all of a sudden it's like
100%. They look just like you and me, and that's what the book opens with some lines about how that's why witches are scarier than any monster you may see, because a witch is just like you and me. And so and so you have to corner them and have to get them to just think they have no other alternative, and then they witch out and you got to take them down.
Yeah, you got to get them at that point. That's cool.
Yeah, it's fun. I really love how the rewrite of it turned out. I also inked this myself back in the day, carrying like pages to Kinko's to like print off or print them off on Kinko's 11x17, these pencil pages, and then carrying them home in the Chicago weather to ink them by hand. So this is very personal for me too. Put a lot of
that's cool.
This is awesome.
Yeah, man, good stuff. I love this book. I also have other cool books. I'm keeping my campaign simple. Not a lot of tchotchkes, but a lot of books. So we're talking Necrovanicon. What is Necrovanicon? All my art and design work over the 20 plus years, put in this cool kind of creepy looking tome where you get to kind of see how I work. Like, how do I create my books? How do I create? I've done stuff for movies or my own short films. Nothing that big, but like my own movies. I've done stuff for children's book ideas. I have. It's stuff that I haven't made yet that I might make in the future. So you'd be getting like a first look, but it's also older stuff. So you could just see how I've developed and how I work. All kinds of design work, characters, t-shirts, creatures, everything. So we put in a book called Necrovanicon, and it seems like people are buying a lot of Necrovanicons with KITARU, which is really cool. We have 20 people have claimed with the book, so it's awesome. You guys are going to love this book too. It's beautiful. It's the art and design, and it's cool. It's just a cool little. So I mean, ever since I saw that Batman animated book with all the cool character design work, it was a huge influence on me. So
absolutely,
the Vaughn version of that.
Yeah. I still have that. Are you talking the original Batman animated book when they did it? The first one?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I still have that. Yeah.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah. My dad got me that actually for Christmas one year, or my parents did. Yeah. I remember that.
I see people offering top dollar for that book lately, man, on
really
eBay or whatever. Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn. Every now and then I'll come across a book that I own and see what it goes for. And I'm just like, what? But I can't.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, oh, I'm old. Yeah, because that's worth a lot of money.
Seriously.
Well, I told my wife, I said, look, when the day comes, if I eventually kick it before you do, don't just go up and have people go, all right, everything in this studio is for sale.
For $1.
Because you're going to lose money if you do that. You need to have somebody go through the stuff that knows what they're doing.
Nerd. Find a nerd who knows what's up. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I always suggest it should be Dennis, but I know he's going to die before me, so I got to find somebody else. What?
Well, variant cover, baby. That's another thing I wanted to say about witch hunters real quick, is they have special tools to fight witches, to defend them. Like the fur on his outfit is not just for show. It's fur of the steel wolf, and it kind of comes together and becomes hard for blades to get through, keeps him protected from certain attacks. His blade is actually made out of a witch's bones. So witches will harden their bones into like steel, and people will sharpen them into weaponry to take down witches. Kind of like in the movie Dragon Slayer, where they had like a shield made of dragon scales to be fireproof, things like that. So yeah, it's cool to find out like the different items he has to take on witches and detect them and stuff. He's got gadgetry in a way, in his own way, magical way. So we got a Preston Acevedo variant that's just kick-ass.
Nice
painting of this already sold, but you can get the pencil version still.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
I love it. The colors, the heavy metal attitude he brings to everything. It's so much fun. Such great energy.
Oh yeah, no, his color work is just, even at that size, because we're probably 6 feet away from it.
Mhm.
You know, just pops.
Yeah, definitely. And then add-ons. Just my first 2 books. If you missed them,
Yeah.
if you
No,
wanna
I
get
got
one.
Monster MD. That's great.
Well, thanks, bud. Appreciate it. So those are there for you. T-shirts, because I just love to do them, and I'm working with a cool company. People love the Terror in the Trenches shirt, so we're doing a KITARU Witch Hunter one. Witches get stitches. You will look awesome as hell. They're also very comfortable and very quality printed, and they ship straight from the factory to you, sizes small to 4XL, baby.
Oh,
It's got that like kind of Japanese oni type freaky, you know.
I wanted the
mask.
Witch Hunter seal to be like, you know, an Oni skull with the knife through it symbolizes also in this world the witches, of course, by the Witch Hunters. I wanted to be a symbol of fear and intimidation for even normal people, because it's like you don't want to mess with a witch hunter,
right?
Like,
exactly.
They work for the Shogun, you know. They and they're well trained, and they'll mess you up.
Yeah.
And then we got our original art. We still do have the pencils of that awesome cover by Preston Acevedo, and we also have original pages of a story that I did for this book with Preston. 8-page story. It is so epic and cool. People are gonna love it. It's fun. It's got for a short story. The amount of twists is really impressing people. People dug it. So
he's not painting that too, is he?
He's not, but he's doing ink washes. Every page,
cool.
Special ink wash treatment, he said. So I cannot wait.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's it.
No.
Lots of cool books. One and done story. It's already the main story is already done. So I plan for this to be a quicker campaign. Go to print, get it out to you guys quick, so we can also launch Terror in the Trenches 2 soon after.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Trying to get into higher gear a little faster, guys. Trying to.
Do you already have work done on volume 2 of that?
I sure do. We were 25 pages colored on Terror in the Trenches already.
Oh, dude.
Guys, oh my God. He's fighting the sniper chick that everybody kind of loves, Lockshot. I don't know if you guys know her, but if you don't, you're going to know her in part 2. It opens with them battling it out, and it's brutal and awesome. It's so cool. He doesn't have his powers at this point. He's not invulnerable anymore. He's got a sniper with her eyes right on him. So it's you guys are gonna love it.
Cool. Oh, that's cool. Hold on, let me grab this real quick. Brian says I pay me to sort his original art. Brian, if you would like to pay me to go through my my stack of original art that is about in plastic bins that is taller than me, you're more than welcome to pay me to do that. As I reiterate, you would be paying me to do work over here going through my original art.
But then you're listening to Andy the entire time. I'm just saying there are drawbacks to this.
No, I'd leave it alone. I just like, there it is. I'm going to draw, put some headphones on. I'd have a camera over his shoulder, though, just to make sure nothing slips away, because I haven't gone through it in forever, so I forgot about half of it. Don't you threaten me with a good time. Oh, it's not a threat, I promise.
Well, Brian, if you move closer, that could happen.
That's right. I keep telling Dennis, get over here and go through my original art, but he won't do it. So he won't organize my comics. We won't do anything. He's really not that good of a friend. Why are you here?
He always asks, what have you done for me lately?
Exactly. Like a long marriage.
These are
What
awesome.
have you done for me lately?
Oh, that's
cool,
how you know
man.
you're real friends.
So are you doing this on Fund My Comic at the same time as well, or?
Yeah, please do not forget that we also have this campaign on Fund My Comic, who have been nothing but awesome and helpful and just great.
Okay.
So we if you want to fund us there, please do. They take a little bit less of a fee from us artists, which is great, and they're very hands-on, and of course, part of our community, helping people out. So we want to support.
Now I should know this, and I should know better because Luke's a great guy. So you're running it concurrently. So are they somehow connected, the campaigns, or you just have two completely separate campaigns running?
Oh, they're just two. I mean, they're both the same campaign. There's just on one of them you get original art on
just two separate
Indiegogo.
platforms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then
okay.
KITARU Witch Hunter on Fund My Comic, you can get both my first books for a little bit of money off. Is kind of a special deal for that platform. But otherwise,
Right.
yeah, separate platforms, different.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So,
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So there you go.
yep, that's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't know it was
Yeah,
on
he is
books.
showing up.
I only posted this link, so I saw in the chat that Randy said that, I believe, earlier on. So
Yes.
okay, well
We're
that's cool.
dual campaigning it for sure.
That's awesome.
I mean, we did that as well for a little bit with Core Draft last year.
You
so,
know, they are different audiences.
yeah,
For
do
sure.
what you gotta
It's
do.
true. This is my first time. I'm learning, and they've been great and helpful. And when I had problems with my campaign that I might have missed because you're up at 3 a.m. getting it ready, you know, that
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
launches, you know, they told me it was just great. So yeah, people, please, you know, check out Fund My Comic. It's worth signing up for. Great books coming out on that all the time. It's new, and they're not shadow banning me. Isn't that awesome?
That's
That's
amazing.
amazing.
What a concept.
Yeah, that's just a whole
Yeah.
nother thing. But well, guys, go check this one out then too. It's on Fund My Comic, as you said.
Yeah,
Randy has
dope.
posted the link for that too, and then the link for the IGG campaign is in the description below as well. So definitely check it out. You definitely pair up. You have a good sense of pairing up artists for the, you know, the type of story you're doing. So I can't believe this is
thank you.
like 10 years old almost.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that a lot. I put my heart and soul into this, and back then it was a whole nother landscape for comics. This was when
Yes.
Oh yeah.
you made a web comic that you would then gain your audience through the web. You know, maybe you'd be on Tapas or some website.
Right.
Yep.
Then you run the campaign, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really glad it turned into what it is now. Like, I love Comicsgate. I love what we're doing. I love all the cool artists I get to work with now, and I get to make comics on my own terms and crowdfund them. You know, I don't have to
Amen
build a
to
web
that, man.
audience for 20 years or whatever. So cool,
Oh,
good
yeah.
stuff. Thank you guys for
Totally.
having me. This has been a blast. I've been
Oh, of
enjoying it,
course.
and,
Anytime. I mean, you know,
Absolutely.
we'll have Zackary on next week. Hopefully everything works out with the accident that fell upon him.
Yeah, hopefully he's
Mhm.
okay.
It sounds like it. So, you know, I mean, look, if you have to get a limb amputated, you're still alive. Oh, wait, did I say too much?
Wow.
amputation.
What? You know what? You got 3 more. 2 arms.
Is
2
it
legs.
triggering to
Did he
call
lose
someone
it?
an amputee? Is that a trigger?
You can't call him Ampy. Can't call him Ampy.
Can't call him ampy.
Yeah, it's
No.
amputee. They like the full
Stubby.
version amputee. So,
Stumpy.
Dan, thank you very much as always. Good show, great guest. Thank you.
Gotta have a little fun, show some great campaigns out there, guys. That's what this is all about. The brand new, you know, we don't really deal too much with Marvel and DC at all anymore. Why? Because this is much more inventive, much more exciting, better artists, better writers. All I can say is everybody pours their heart and soul into these. And so these are the kind of books you guys like to back and we like to talk about.
Exactly. And of course, I have a sign up to promote. Nice and tight.
Let's
The
go.
comic book pencil art of Andy Smith. I tell you, I wish they didn't limit the characters. It's not like somebody's going to write a novel in that title section they give you. But I would like to have been able to do the whole title, but I couldn't. 52-page book, oversized. It showcases some of the pencils I did for other publishers over the past 20-some years.
Nice.
Most of the stuff I did for Marvel and DC and anyone else, I wasn't able to ink myself. So this is really a peek behind the curtains to see the full pencils that basically the editor and the inker saw, and that was it.
That's cool.
It's going to be a digital format as well. So if you want a digital copy, then you can basically import the pages into your favorite program if you are an aspiring inker and want to sharpen your skills that way. Or if you just want to look at a variety of what I consider some of my best and favorite fully penciled pages from the past 2 decades. That's
Nice.
what this book is for.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I want to do a campaign because Core Draft Volume 2 won't be launching until the spring of next year, and I don't want to have, you know, nothing out there. You guys know how it is. So, yeah, so go sign up for this, and I'm hoping to launch it within the next week or so. So stay tuned for updates. And thank you, guys. And yeah, thank you guys for joining us on this Wednesday afternoon. I know it was last minute for you, Vaughn, so I'm glad you can make it.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me, man.
You know?
I love the title too, because nice and tight. I mean, isn't that all you want your pencils to be at the end?
That's
Nice
what
and
you
tight.
need them to be, nice and tight.
That's the way.
That's just ubiquitous. That's just ubiquitous. Nice and tight.
Right. Well,
That's what we want.
I like my
all
pencils
nice and
like I like my women, nice and tight.
Nice and tight.
Right. Damn right.
Now, Dennis was like, I prefer my pencils like my women, sloppy and loose. And I said, well, I don't pencil that way, Dennis. So maybe we can find some penciler that is sloppy and loose that'll do a book, and you can pitch that for them.
Guys, you see what I deal with every day.
Loose and sloppy.
Day. And you can usually tell when he's thinking up a zinger because he'll start laughing about it, and then it'll pop out.
That's how you know it's a good one.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Dennis is like, pencils, sloppy and loose, and on the side of the road. And I'm like, wherever you get your kicks from, buddy, wherever you get your kicks from. That's all. I mean, hey, to each his own. He likes the Packers. I like the Cowboys. One has a winning season. The other one is the Packers. So what are you going to do?
Oh, my God. This is the one year you can talk to me about that.
I'm sorry. I like to live in the present, Dennis. It's the present. And
I
in the present,
know.
your Packers are scraping the
One
bottom
of us
the barrel.
has winning
Packers are over,
decades,
man.
One of us
It's
doesn't.
over.
Okay, I get it. Yeah, you got the cheer. I will grant you that. Okay.
This is great.
Best
You
Envelope
know,
comics.
just
Best
absolutely.
comics. My
If we
favorite.
can stretch this out another hour, you just ripping on the Packers this season. Okay.
Yeah, I don't need to. It's fine. I know you go home and cry. Sundays is Dennis's cry day.
That's right. Yeah.
So
Anyway, guys,
Sweet.
it was awesome having you on. I'm glad you guys could make it. And
Oh, thank
for
you.
the fact that you put up with Andy for an hour and 18 minutes. So
that's right. Yeah, guys. Hopefully you get some backers out of this. And yeah, no, it was fun. It's always nice having Vaughn on. We've had you on before. John, it was great meeting you and having you on as well.
Man, appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.
Yeah, anytime, man. Anytime. John has crossed 4K, so that's good news. There you
Thank
go.
you.
Cool.
You guys
Thank
are
you.
awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks so
All right,
much.
we'll be back next week. Zackary will be joining us next week.
hopefully.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I'm sure you will. So everybody enjoy your week. We are seeing Freelance. Is it Freelancer or Freelance? I think it's just Freelance. Freelance. We're seeing Freelance tomorrow night. Everybody's going, what the hell is that? That is a new action comedy starring John Cena and damn it, I forgot her name. You know it.
Yeah. Allison Brie.
There it is. Allison Brie from Community. It looks funny. Go check out the trailer. We're going to review it for you guys on Friday morning so you can decide if it's something you want to see in the theater or wait for it home.
And if you want to check out our reviews of any of the previous movies, like Old Dads and stuff, you can either go to Andy's site or the DNA show on my channel. We post the reviews up there. You can go back and check out and have a great time.
That's it.
Nice,
All right, guys.
nice.
Until next time, thanks
Live
for
long and
joining.
prosper.
And bye-bye.
Later.
Later. Nice and Tight, the comic book pencil art of Andy Smith. That's me. This book features 52 pages of some of my favorite full pencils that I did for other companies over the past 2 decades. The raw pencils as they were seen by the inker, and now you can see them for the first time. This book also comes in a digital format so you can practice your inking in your favorite program.
Back it today.